The world watched closely this week. A high-stakes meeting unfolded at the White House. On one side, United States President Donald Trump, known for an unpredictable, confrontational approach to trade. On the other, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, navigating one of the most fraught periods in relations. The meeting on October 7, 2025, was a chance to de-escalate a simmering dispute, which at times had boiled over. At stake, billions in commerce and a tightly woven partnership. The backdrop was escalating tension and economic pain. Months of punishing tariffs hit key Canadian exports, jolting industries integrated across the border. Not abstract figures, but jobs, communities, livelihoods. From Ontario auto plants to Quebec steel mills, Carney arrived with the nation's hopes on his shoulders. President Trump greeted Prime Minister Carney with public optimism, a nervous Oval Office scene. Trump projected confidence before the cameras, suggesting a deal was imminent. He declared that Canadians would love us again and promised Canada would walk away happy. To viewers, it looked like a breakthrough. Morning headlines asked, "Deal?" As the day wore on, rhetoric diverged from reality. By late afternoon, no comprehensive deal had materialized. The press pool left without a signing. Talks continued, but key disputes were unresolved. Carney did not hold a Washington press conference, a departure from his prior visits.
Instead, Dominic LeBlanc said talks were ongoing with substantial progress.
Careful language, no concrete agreement. The day ended with a promise to keep talking. Why is a deal elusive? A fundamental conflict of interests. President Trump described a natural conflict between the countries, especially in core manufacturing. Not just tariff tweaks, but a zero-sum vision. The problem, they want a car company. I want a car company. Trump reportedly told Carney, they want steel, we want steel. A sharp shift from decades of North American integration. Auto has long operated as one system. Parts and vehicles crossing multiple times before a single car is finished. Trump views Canadian-made output as U.S. loss. Goal, reduce imports and unwind integrated chains. For Canada, exports to the U.S. are existential. Months before the summit, talks nearly collapsed. Volatility defined the negotiations. A digital services tax triggered the crisis. Canada planned to tax global tech giants. Trump abruptly halted trade talks on social media, calling the tax a direct attack and Canada a difficult partner. With payments due Monday, pressure spiked. On Sunday night, Ottawa rescinded the tax to restore trade talks with the U.S., a significant reversal under duress, a direct response to the ultimatum. Ottawa chose lost tax revenue over escalating tariffs. Survival of key industries depended on talks resuming. The concession de-escalated the crisis and reopened channels. Domestic policies became leverage in negotiations. It underscored Canada's precarious dependence. The dispute inflicted real measurable damage on Canada's economy. Steep tariffs drove a precarious downturn. Unemployment climbed to 7.1%, the highest in 9 years. Numbers translated into household distress. Steel, aluminum, and auto were hit hardest. Supply chains jammed, exporters priced out. Orders fell, production slowed, layoffs spread, communities bore concentrated pain. In August 2025, tariffs jumped from 25% to 35%. The conflict entered more damaging territory. The cited rationale, lack of cooperation on illicit drugs. Ottawa met the move with skepticism, a pressure tactic. Carney expressed disappointment and resolve. Plan, negotiate with the U.S., build at home, expand overseas. 35% became a stark symbol of rupture. Crisis deepened, urgency rose, and resolve hardened. Relentless pressure forced a strategic reassessment in Ottawa. Canada lays groundwork to pivot away from U.S. dependence. Long-term goal, reduce economic and security reliance. New partnerships in Europe and in Asia. Open markets for Canadian goods and services. Diversification will take time and effort. Security ties may also broaden beyond the U.S. As of today, the relationship is uncertain. Bold promises ended without a deal. An impasse persists. Tariffs and manufacturing at the core. Trump's zero-sum view remains the main obstacle. Expect painstaking talks, tension, and tentative breakthroughs. Canada faces intense pressure under the 35% tariffs. Can a middle ground trade relief meet America first? Two paths: a repaired, changed partnership, or a fractured North America.